Hi lovelies, welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is all about what's coming for you in June. Today I've chosen lockets as the theme. I quite like pairing crystals with different items. Let me know down in the comments if you like that too. I'm a big fan of jewellery, especially sterling silver, and I've always loved lockets. I know that reading the Vampire Diaries definitely amplified my love for them, but I think heart-shaped lockets are just the cutest. So I've selected 3 of my heart-shaped lockets for you to pick from today, starting with group 1, moving down to group 3. Here are some close-ups of the groups. Group 1 with Obsidian. Group 2 with Garnet. Group 3 with Labradorite. Please take a deep breath in with me now and hold it and slowly breathe out. Now select a group. If you need more time choosing, feel free to pause the video here. When you're ready, scroll down to the description box or the comments and find the timestamp for your group. I'm going to start with a reading for group 1. Hi group 1, so if you chose Obsidian, this is your reading. I'm going to pop your little crystal up there and give you a closer look at your locket. We're going to start with a Wisdom of the Oracle card. Thinker. So with this card, I feel like you're going to be deep in your thoughts in June. Let's get a bit more information as to why. Let's get some tarot. Tell me about group 1 in June. What's happening to them in June? Okay, so for tarot, we have the Chariot, the 3 of Wands, and the Sun. I love this card. It's just filled with so much happiness and joy. Okay, this is really interesting. With the Chariot, it talks about a decision that you have to make. As you can see in the card, she is at a crossroads. She could go this way or that way, and she has to make up her mind. Now, with the 3 of Wands, we see someone looking out to sea. They're also casting a spell with their wand. So it may be that they are curious about stepping foot in uncharted waters and they're engaging with that idea. So perhaps they want to go on a new adventure or set sail. It also makes me think of your eyes being on the prize. So I don't know if you've been working towards some sort of goal for a while, but this card just represents that you may be close to success. You may be close to achieving it. And that is amplified by the Sun. The Sun talks about feeling happy, feeling joyful. It can also mean spending time with family and just feeling at peace, really. I feel like the Sun is coming out in your life. So in June, I do think there's this difficult decision that you have to make, and that's why we've got the Thinker card as well. But something that you've been working towards for some time is finally paying off. It's coming up trumps. And you are going to feel like your hard effort is being rewarded. Sorry, your crystal is annoying me up there, so I'm just going to set it over there to give us a bit more space. I'd like to get us some more information for June to help us see the bigger picture. So we have octopus. This card is from the Animal Spirit deck. So I'm going to read from the book so that we can understand it a bit better. Octopus. Reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. I think that part about lacking healthy boundaries is really interesting. I do wonder if you're lacking the courage to make this choice. Additionally, with Three of Wands, it has a lot to do with distance, gaining a healthier perspective from gaining this distance. And perhaps you are feeling like others are getting too close, others are draining you of your energy, and that's making this decision all the more difficult for you to make. So it may be that you just need to take a step back and recharge and think clearly about what it is that would be best for you, because perhaps others are getting in the way of you making this decision and the whole process of decision making. They may be inputting their own ideas and not allowing you to freely decide and make your own choice. I believe you are lacking a clear sense of direction in June. I mean, we see that anyway in the Chariot. She's confused. She's at this crossroads and she just doesn't know which turn to take. With the octopus, I'm literally just looking at the imagery of like all these arms, these tentacles reaching out for you. And it's confusing. It's loads of different ideas messing with your head, messing with your mind so that you can't make your mind up. You can't think clearly. And the Three of Wands may be talking about or encouraging you to remove yourself from that situation so that you can gain clarity. I think that's what's going to lead to this joy and celebration and happiness. You need a clear mind to make this decision in June. Next, we have trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Oh, I really like that. I like how the background's in black and white as well, but she in the middle is in colour, but also like looking down and she's holding her stomach. So you know that like uneasy feeling that you get in your stomach? I feel like there was a little bit about that in this. Yes, there was. That you feel drained or uneasy. So there might be some relationships in your life that are making you feel drained and uncomfortable, and you're getting this kind of niggling sensation in your stomach, like something's not quite right. And I do feel that they're making you feel uncomfortable because they're getting in the way of your thought process. They're not allowing you to make your own decisions. Perhaps they have a slight controlling nature about them. There's someone who's getting in the way of you thinking clearly and forbidding you from making up your own mind. But with trust the niggle, this card is a sign that you need to trust that uneasy feeling. You need to question whether these people who are giving you advice or telling you what to do have the best intentions or not. Just be aware in June that when people give you their opinions, that they are just opinions. You don't have to take them to heart and you don't have to follow their advice. You can make up your own mind and you can trust your own gut. If it feels like what they're telling you has hidden motivations behind it or is not right for you, you don't have to follow through with it. You can make up your own mind. You can take a step away from them and think clearly about what it is that you want and what is best for you. I also have some soul seeker signs. So we have divine feminine energy. And sanguine, rose tinted glasses, see what you want to see. Right, with this, I feel like people are swaying you a little bit and it's distorting your perception of what's going on around you. And maybe talking about your love life as well. So it could be that this controlling figure is within your love life. However, I think either way in your love life, you're ignoring some sort of red flags. I see that there's some situation that is an issue and you're minimizing it and setting it aside and only focusing on the good. And that's going to cause you some problems later. So this is kind of like a hint that for June, if you feel like you're ignoring a big issue, you probably are. And it's likely better, or at least you'll reach a better outcome if you work on the issue instead, if you don't ignore it or set it aside and instead opt for healthy communication to sort out that problem before it can become a bigger issue in your love life. In terms of your life on the whole, I do just feel like you're going to take power and control into your hands. I feel like you are a very caring and loving and nurturing person, but that's not been serving you so well in terms of these other people. I feel like they've been able to influence you quite a lot, and sometimes it's been negative too, or it's not helped you to succeed. It's kind of held you back. But in order to put these last finishing pieces into place and to succeed and achieve your goal, I think what you're having to do is regain control and love yourself, essentially. Love yourself so much that you make these decisions for yourself and you don't take into account anyone else's views. You don't let them sway you. It's going to be really tempting in June to listen to these other people and to ignore any sort of warning bells and to just remain in this situation of indecision. However, I think what is best for you is literally you just taking this step back and thinking for yourself. You know the answer in your heart. You know what you want. You just need the time and the space to breathe, to think it through before acting on it. But I do feel like by the end of June, you have acted on it. You are really happy. And there are positive influences in your life too. I see you happy and celebrating with friends or family. I see you in good spirits by the end of the month. And I see some sort of success coming your way too. So there's a lot to look forward to. That's all I've got for you, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please hit that like button down below and also leave me a comment. I read them all. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so that you're aware of all my future videos and posts. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best with June. Bye! Hi Group 2, I have a little Pomty that is on my lap for your reading. So if you hear noises from her, I'm really sorry. She's very needy currently and she clearly just wants to be on my lap. So you may hear some little pants, I promise they're not from me. If you chose Garnet, this is your reading. I'm going to pop that up there. And this is the locket you selected. I feel like it's got something inside it. It does. Oh, I remember this. Oh, fell out. I found a little shell on the beach and you used to be able to click the two halves together. Yeah, so you can make it into a shell again. And I just found it fit perfectly in this locket, so obviously there it ended up. That's your locket. I shall pop it up here for the rest of your reading. Okay, so the first card I have for you is Observer. So I feel like you're looking out for something in June. Let's find out a bit more about that with some tarot. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot here. Tell me about group 2 in June. What's coming for group 2 in June? That was way too many, so I'm just going to pick those ones back up again. I'll keep going. What's happening for group 2 in June? So for your tarot, we have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, and finally the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so you're certainly on the lookout for something new. I see with the Knight of Wands someone who isn't afraid of danger and will go headfirst charging towards it. It really reminds me of fairy tale stories where the knight runs into the dragon's lair to try and free the princess. That's the vibe I get from this. It's someone who has so much courage and bravery and will charge full speed ahead into danger if it can result in getting what they want. With the Ace of Pentacles, I see some sort of new career or venture or something monetary, some monetary gain, or starting out on some new journey towards something of monetary value. What I'm getting from this is you may be looking to purchase a new house. Sorry, that's very specific and that won't apply to all of you that pick this group. But for some of you, I do feel like you're starting the hunt for a new property. It may be somewhere to rent, it may be somewhere to buy, but I just feel like you are looking out for something new that you want. It may even be some other material possession. So it could be like, I don't know, you're in need of a new sofa and suddenly you're looking for new sofas everywhere. Or you need some new bedding, so you've started looking or hunting for bedding of a specific brand. I feel like you have very specific tastes as to what you want. With the Queen of Pentacles, I get like quite luxurious vibes and luxurious energy. So I don't feel like whatever this purchase is transient or minimalistic. It feels like something big. You are using your savings to purchase something. So it's not a small purchase. It's definitely something bigger than that. But yeah, you're definitely on the lookout for things in June. You're searching for something and you have specific criteria. With the Queen of Pentacles, I do feel like you're probably going to buy it in June. If it's a smaller thing, I do think you will manage to buy it. If it's more of a house, I do see with the Ace, you're really starting a search. So I don't think you're going to get it quite yet, but prospects look good. I feel like you have saved quite a lot, or you've done a lot of work to get to the position that you're currently in. I do think you will eventually find what you are looking for. However, the time might not be quite yet. I do feel like you're very eager. You want to just run in and purchase the first thing you find. However, it's not going to come to you that easily. I do see the Ace of Pentacles as like the start of a journey. We're not quite there yet. We're not at the end. We've got no cards to represent the end of a cycle or anything like that. So I do feel like this is just the start of a hunt for what you want. Yeah, I just want to emphasize, because two of these tarot cards are of the Pentacles suit, it probably is something of a material nature, as in either property or belongings. I do see you purchasing something. It could be, I just want to note, it could be a job opportunity. It could be you're looking for a new job and you're going on the hunt. So you may be attending loads of interviews, you may be putting out loads of job applications. But again, it's just the start of this process. So I don't think you're going to find this new job in June. I don't think it's that quick, the turnaround. However, you look great. If you are looking for a job, like, your CV looks great. People are interested in you, companies are interested in you, and you can afford to be a little bit picky. I really see that. I see like you have a lot working in your favor, so you can take a bit more time if you need to, and it's probably worth it to find the most ideal job for you. But yeah, I know I keep saying this, but with the Knight of Wands, I just really see you want things handed on a plate to you. And it's probably because you are really successful, you've done really well for yourself, so you feel deserving of that, and you are deserving of that. But I don't think it's going to come to you as quickly as you've imagined. And there's a bit more of a fight needed. It's not that easy. Next, we have Frog. I'm going to read from the Animal Spirit Guidebook for that. Frog. Clearing, cleansing, healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. So I feel like that is just a reminder for some self-care. I think you need some self-care with this Knight of Wands. As I said, you're full of energy, full of life, you're going full speed ahead, and that could result in you feeling burnt out quite quickly. So just make sure that you do take some time in June for yourself to rest and recuperate. Because if, for example, if you are like filling out loads of job applications, there's only so much you can do, and then you just need to wait and give it some time. Don't run yourself dry. You need some time to yourself. You need some time for rest too. If you're already working while filling out these job applications, you might find that on your days off, as well as filling out job applications or going to interviews, you need to take some time out for yourself, even if it's just an hour in a day. That's just your special time to do something that's relaxing and just for you. Take that time. Don't forget that you need self-care. Looking for jobs was just an example. If it's looking for some other sort of purchase or something else that you want, just make sure that you're not filling up all your free time with that and you're not focused solely on that, because you're going to lack sleep if you do that. I see you as being a bit sleep deprived, staying up late into the night searching online for things that you want, or just not taking enough time to recharge and regenerate. And you need that because you do work hard. I see you as someone who doesn't just sit around doing nothing. Like you do really work hard for what you want, and you're quite a busy person as well. So just make sure that you are finding that time to relax as well. Next, we have Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So this is all about a release. So perhaps it is that you're giving up on something to gain something new, and you're having to say goodbye to something. So whether it's goodbye to an old job, or goodbye to an old house, or goodbye to an old way of thinking or an old lifestyle choice, you're having to let go. I want to make sure that with contracts and observer, you also focus on the fine print. I have this feeling that you may have to sign some sort of contract or some sort of paperwork. And again, you just want to move at a fast pace and move full speed ahead. But make sure that you take the time to read it slowly and ensure that you know what you are signing first. The Knight of Wands is all about taking risks, but sometimes it can be a little bit reckless to take certain risks. So just be careful, because you don't want to rock the boat too much and lose this position, this stable, secure position that you are currently in. There's a real sense of letting go of the old. I think that's very healthy for you. I do feel like you've come to the end of a stage in your life and you're moving on to a new stage, or at the very beginning stages, the first steps of this new adventure, this new journey that you're about to embark on. And it's all right to let go of the old, to let go of the past and move on from it, because you are definitely moving uphill. I see this as progress. We also have some soul seeker signs. So first, family, siblings, family tree, parents. And hidden, unseen things, out of sight, concealed. The unseen things, and then also observer, because this is basically reminding you to be observant in June. I think you're looking out for things, but you really need to. So just be wary of this whole contract thing, or anyone with hidden motivations or ulterior motives. I just feel like things may be hidden from you, but I think you're almost aware that things are being hidden from you, or you're feeling like something's not quite right. I just want to note that there may be family who are hiding something, or some sort of secret in your family life. That's really interesting, actually. There may be something that you're discovering or uncovering the truth about in terms of your family. In terms of material things, this is probably not going to be relevant for many of you, but I'm just wondering if you're coming into some sort of inheritance, or there's some sort of family possession that's getting handed down to you out of the blue, is unexpected. I want to note that if that's not the case for you, this family card could also mean that your family are willing to help you in some way when you're looking for something you want. So if you're looking for houses, for example, your family may be willing to help you with that, whether it's by gifting you some money, or whether it's by literally just going online and helping you search for things, or coming to viewings with you. I just see your family getting involved somehow there. But yes, just pay attention to the fine detail, because I do feel like there's something hidden, and the cards aren't revealing exactly what that is, but I think you're starting to become aware that there may be some hidden detail in June. Perhaps you don't figure it out till July or later on, because I'm not seeing the answer here in front of me. I'm just seeing some confusion or some doubt. Something may feel too good to be true, but there's usually a reason when something feels that way. So perhaps it is too good to be true. Just pay attention to that. Get some advice from your family if you're close to them too. They may be able to help you with little problems or issues that you're facing. That's all I've got for you, group 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below, and also leave a comment. I love reading them. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get updates on my latest posts and videos. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best for June. Bye! Hi group 3, if you picked Labradorite, this is your reading. I'm going to pop your stone up at the top. And here's the locket you chose. It's a little angel wing locket. Going to start with a wisdom card for you. So we have a change in the wind for group 3 in June. So there is some sort of change coming your way. That's been a common theme actually. in June. I do feel like it's full of changes among all the groups today. Let's find out a little bit more about what is changing in June. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot deck here. Tell me about group 3 in June. What's coming for group 3 in June? What's happening in June for group 3? So we have the Magician to start. And then the Knight of Wands. And finally, the Devil. I'm seeing someone coming in for you guys. So this may not apply to everyone who selected group 3, but if you are single, I feel like there is someone coming in for you in your romantic life. You are being tempted by some sort of passion or excitement that's heading your way. I'll come back to that a bit later and get into it in more detail, but I feel like that is the winds of change essentially. So it may be that you haven't been in a relationship for quite some time, or the last relationship you were in was very monotonous and quite routine and predictable, and this is so anything but that. This is very passionate and exciting and different, and it's going to be very tempting because it's such a different nature to what you've been used to. So it's going to seem great. However, with the Knight of Wands, there's always an added element of risk. And risk doesn't always result in reward too. So you have to be wary of that risk that you may be embarking on in June. Now, for those of you who aren't single or who aren't looking for love, I feel like there is still a change coming. I see you very tempted to follow where passion is taking you, where passion is leading you. So there may be some sort of creative pursuit that you're interested in, and you are really wanting to charge forward and chase it. However, there's a temptation to give in to something that may not help you achieve your goal. We need a bit more information to figure that one out. As the Magician, I do feel like you are highly capable and intelligent, and you have everything you need. So you have the tools that you need to achieve this creative pursuit. However, if there's some sort of temptation that's blocking you, something that's getting in the way of you achieving your goals, let's get some more information. We have Panther. I'm going to read from the Animal Spirit Guidebook for that card. Panther, annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. Okay, so this makes so much sense with it's unexpected, uncomfortable, causing all kinds of havoc. That is the devil, and it's not allowing you to stay stagnant, which is, I do see you like moving full speed ahead. I do see you moving fast. But yes, it's a scary change. It's a scary change. It's an upheaval. It's really like moving your life around. I do feel like you have encouraged this change in some regard. Like you want this change to happen and you're ready to go full speed ahead. But at the same time, there's these little niggling doubts getting in the way. Let's get another card. leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. That's replicating this Knight of Wands energy. I do feel like you are taking the leap. You are taking the risk and hoping that it will turn out all right. The Magician usually means success. It's a yes if you're asking a question. So I do feel like this is going to turn out all right. You're going to be okay. However, I really want you to pay attention to this Devil card, because I do feel like there's some sort of temptations that are driving you off course on your way to success. Is there something blocking you from what you want? That there's some sort of creative endeavor that you want to chase, or something you're really passionate about that you want to chase. But the Devil just shows there's something getting in your way. There's something blocking you. And I don't know whether it's a mental block or a physical block, but something is there and in the way. And it may be in June that you get this change in the wind. You get this opportunity to get past them, to get ahead, to break down this block. And I do feel like with the Magician, you have the ability to break down these blockages, but it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel difficult. It's not an easy thing to do. And I feel like even you just charging full speed ahead is hard. It's not simple. You may be chasing your dreams, but it's a difficult road. It's a difficult journey. It's not something where everything just falls in your lap. It takes courage. It takes real bravery to move forward like that. I do see with the Knight of Wands, you may have someone in your life who is willing to risk all to help you as well. I see you getting some help from an external person, so it may be a friend or a family member. But yeah, I do see someone coming to your aid. Let's find out about love for you guys. So we have romance in June. Fairy tale love, show off, wine and dine. That's exactly what I was seeing with this Knight of Wands. It's like someone who sweeps you off your feet, but you don't know whether you can actually trust it. It's very like love bombing. That's what it's reminding me of. So I'm not saying, I know love bombing has really negative connotations because it's not a positive thing. It is a negative thing. However, sometimes even in good relationships, you can feel a bit love bombed at the start. That's just flirting and wanting to be your best self for the other person. I just feel like someone new is coming in love for any of you singles out there who are looking for it. And you are going to be swept off your feet. You're going to go on lots of dates. It's going to be a really busy month for you actually in terms of that. It's going to feel new and exciting. And I see you guys going on adventures. If you're not single and you're already in a relationship, I see this as a sign that you are just spending more time with your partner. So maybe for a while you've not been able to go on as many dates as you would have liked, but that is changing. I feel like you're getting all dressed up, you're going out, you're having fun, and there's just a lot of love in your heart. You are really in love with the person that you're with and really happy to be with them and embracing them and the quality time you're getting to share in June. We also have vibration. Raise your vibration, energy shift. I do feel like things are speeding up, they're picking up, and that's what we get with vibration. It is a change. It's a change in vibration, a change in atmosphere, and it is going to feel uncomfortable at times, but it is for the best. Just be aware of temptations that do not serve you, that are not good for you, but otherwise it's okay to charge ahead. It's okay to take this leap of faith, because even though it feels like you're submerging yourself into the unknown, it's good for you and it's what you need. I do feel like this change was needed. I feel like you have everything you need to find your way to success, to get to this creative pursuit, to be happy and to succeed. I feel like your drive is going to get you there. It's getting you to good places and things are going to be okay. I feel like you're very talented and it's time to see those talents pay off. It's time to get rewarded for those talents. But I do feel like there are There might even be some people who get in the way of that, who don't want you to succeed. Just don't let them pull you back. Don't let them scare you out of taking this leap. I do feel like the shift in vibrations in your love life is taking you to a higher level. Things are moving much faster, a lot more is happening. It may have felt like your love life had gone a bit stale or dry, but that is changing. You are shifting up a gear and things are moving forward. I feel like you are feeling a lot of happiness and love in your heart and joy, really. You're enjoying spending time with your loved ones in June. I'm going to ask for a bit more information about this devil, the temptations. What kind of temptations should group 3 be expecting in June? What does the devil represent in June for group 3? Okay, I love that. So it's really in your love life for most of you who are watching this, because we've got the Lovers, so that just makes me think of your love life, but also we've got the Fool, and it's like being foolish in love. So I wonder if you are feeling a bit foolish in love. It's making you kind of take risks that you wouldn't usually take. And it's just being wary of that. So it's not saying that you can't take risks. It's okay to take risks sometimes. It makes life a bit more fun and interesting. But it's almost like a warning just to be careful and not to take too many risks, to mainly take measured risks as well. Don't just throw caution to the wind and stop evaluating or making any decisions. It's okay to think about what you're doing and consider alternate routes. In terms of love, you are just feeling like young and in love and enjoying it. No matter what age you are, you're just feeling free to be yourself and embrace that warmth. With the Lovers, I also see people working together. And as we were asking about what this temptation could be, and we got the Fool and the Lovers, they're very different competing energies. So the Fool is going it alone, taking a step off the edge of the cliff and just seeing where it takes you. And the Lovers is a bit more like working in unison with someone else and trying to help each other to succeed and achieve a certain goal. There may be the temptation to get carried away with this newfound romance and not focus on the change that you wanted to make and the creative pursuit that you wanted to take up and chase. Another option is that the temptation is tearing you between just kind of being reckless and foolish and not thinking things through, or getting someone's help to get to the finish line. And I can't tell you what the right decision is, because honestly, in your cards, we're not given the right decision. We're given an indication that you do need to take some sort of leap of faith. You do need to chase after what you want. However, there are going to be these little blockages, these little temptations along the route. All I can tell you is that you do have what you need to deal with those situations. So when those problems arise, you just need to trust your gut, trust your intuition, because there is magic inside you. You know what the right answer is, and it may feel uneasy at times, you may feel uncomfortable, but that's all right. That's just part of the process. You will move through that and forward, and you will eventually succeed. Now, I just want to note that I don't see you achieving your goal within June. I think it's going to happen after that. But this is you chasing something that you want, and it's worth it. You do need to chase this because you have everything it takes to chase it, and it's something that you really desire. This is just encouragement that you don't need to worry too much about the risks initially. You just need to dive in head first and do what you can to chase the dream, because that's the only way that you're going to make it come to fruition. That's all I've got for you, Group 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below and also leave a comment. I read all of them. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with my latest posts and videos. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best in June. Bye!